So I'm in Plaw Hatch, which is my local little getaway. It's a farm shop. This is Phil. This is Phil. I don't know if you can hear me. I need to pick up a little bit. But basics, as my daughter would say, Eleanor would say. Phil has been coaching me. He's a lovely man. And we sat here in this very seat. Let me give you a little bit of a sense, Nick, over there to people. So basically, when people come here to England to see me, I bring them here. They come for a couple of days, and they went, "Oh, I love Britain." I'm like, it's not all like this. It's not all like the idyllic Plaw Hatch Farm shop. But Phil, I think we spoke about like the concept that of the 12-week rolling year.
Yes.
And that was really good for me in terms of, reminding me to break what might be like a whole 12 months into achievable terms.
The problem is there's no sense of urgency if you set a plan for 12 months, because inevitably you'll get to August and think, oh God, I'm a bit behind.
Yeah.
Where if it's 12 weeks, it's literally 1 week is 1 month. So there's a sense of urgency, and because you've only got a limited time period, you get super focused on the things you should do, and you should probably only pick 1 or 2 goals, maybe 3 at the most, and just focus on those things. And then you can easily put a week by week kind of action plan for those and monitor it as you go along. And then you find, you've got 4 weeks in 4 years, in 1 year.
It's the same in business, right? I mean, if people have a whole annual plan for business, they'll tend to sort of think, oh, we'll take it easy for a couple of months.
Like the sales target, isn't it?
Yeah.
All my bonus is, this much for the year, and you get to September and you think, oh dear, better cancel the Porsche.
Because I know you do like your Porsches.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So where did the concept of the 12-week year come from?
It came from a book called the 12-week year, I think it's called. The author is somebody Moran, some American guy, smart American guy, probably in a suit. But it's good. It's one of the most, it's just simple, it's easy, and the book's a short book because it's basically helps you about getting super laser focused on 2 or 3 things to do over 3 months. 90 days is a good period because it falls nicely in with the year. It gives you a break of 1 week in between each of those, because there's 48 weeks and then you get a week in between or 2, so you get a gap, you get a chance to recharge, and refocus and stuff. So yeah, it's great. It really works, because the problem is we end up having a sort of huge kind of to-do list, a tsunami of things, and then the mind takes over, because where smaller things keep under the radar of the mind, there's less chance of sabotaging it.
So one of the interesting things that we sat here in January, and I showed Phil my plan for the year, and it probably had about 8, 9, 10 projects on it.
It was a bit like Mousetrap. Remember the Mousetrap game?
It
was like you spent hours building it, and then it was shit.
It was.
The thing always got stuck and didn't catch the mouse.
So it was too perfectionistic.
It was too much.
And I think that's interesting, because looking at sort of when you feel like there's so many things you need to do, so many things you need to change, so many things you need to contribute to. It does lead, from a sort of project's perspective, to a kind of fear of missing out. You don't want to admit that there are a finite amount of hours in the day.
Well, and the ego takes over as well, and you try. It's like, I always say to people when I'm coaching, don't bother with New Year's resolutions. Yeah. Because why should the change of a date actually force you to do something? Because people do it, they start off, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do, and they have 20, 30 things, and by the middle of January they're exhausted and they give up.
So the principle of the 12-week year, I think what was very useful for me was to just say, look, just one, 2 or 3 main focuses. Yeah. And one of the ones that was most important that Phil suggested was, or that I suggested in consultation, was I really wanted to just lose 12 pounds, as in, what is that, about 12 pounds? That's about 5 kilograms or something. 5.5 kilograms, whatever. And so when Ash Kapoor, and you can see this in episode 1, suggested doing the fast, I was up for it, because I've been mentally prepared that was now one of the things I had to do, not that year, but in that 12 weeks. And so I began it, I did it. You can find details of that in the fasting episode. Take a look at that fasting episode, and it was all based, the success of which is based not just on Ash's input, but also on this man here. So thank you, Phil.
And the 12-week year thing only works if you are very precise about your goals, because as John said about losing weight, it's no good saying, oh, I just want to lose weight. because you're never going to get anywhere with that. So you need to have something like £12 is easy because it's £1 a week. And it's the same with anything you're going to do, laser focused. And because it's only over a short period of time, you can readjust your year quite quickly. So that's another thing with these annual plans is streaming to the year and you're wandering along throughout the year. And you could be halfway through the year before you realise, oh, it's not really going to plan. Where if you're doing it on a 12-weekly cycle, you can adjust your plan very quickly.
Brilliant. I think we'll just turn this into one episode of the podcast. Wisdom from Plaw Hatch, wisdom from Phil, coffee from Nick over there. Nick, wave.